So good evening, everybody. Welcome to the webinar on the International Certification of e-Facilitation. I welcome, I'm the host today for this program and the coordinator. And I would love to welcome our guest today, Charlene Teo, who has joined us from Singapore. She's my colleague and my mentor for the e-Facilitation programs. So over to you, Charlene.
Hello, everyone. Right. Thank you, Indira. Thank you for inviting me here. Right. And we are right. I'm representing Training Vision Singapore, and like to share with you this program that we've come up with. All right. So just a little bit to tell you a little bit about what's Training Vision's institute like in Singapore. Our main focus here is about trying to build a life of significance for our participants, our students, the people who come into our organization, who pass by our path itself. So in Singapore itself, right? Again, right. Okay, we are launching this program together with Training Vision India, right? This program called International Certification in e-Facilitation. We've been working very closely for the past few months and doing all types of things to package this together to make it relevant for all you new trainers there, as well as the trainers who want to make a difference in the way you train, in how you train, in what's happening in your journey. Okay, right. So to share with you a little bit, right? Okay, where we're going through here in my name is Charlene. I have been with Training Vision since 2012, and I've been involved with their development work as well as their training work from 2012 itself. And what exactly is Training Vision all about, right? You may wonder, what is this company called Training Vision? Have you heard of it? Have you Googled on our website itself? We've been around for 30 years. And throughout this 30 years, we've had 120,000 learners, and we span through 5 centers in Singapore. At this moment here, we also work globally with a lot of different organizations. Now, what are our core values here that we're so passionate about? It started off with our CEO's dream to have a spirit in whatever that we do. We're very spiritually driven, passionate in what we do, as well as looking at innovation all the time. We're looking for change, looking at how we can be responsive to changes, and at the same time, ensuring that everyone who passes our way has individual growth. That growth in each and every student, employee, staff that comes together, we work as a team to produce this, all right, to effect that change for people. We work globally with a lot of academic partnerships. You can see here, right, in UK, in US, as well as in a lot of the colleges in Singapore as well. We've also worked with many corporations, large MNCs, large companies like Singapore Airlines and the Millennium Resorts Hotel. We've worked so many in the terms of crafting out programs, especially designing programs to suit their needs. So these are some pictures of our centers in Singapore, all over Singapore, right? We've just opened up a new center in the building called Cathay. The Cathay building is one of our oldest Singapore buildings in Singapore, right? And it's been revamped, and that's really a beautiful place. So if you have the time, come into Singapore. And here are some of our students from our degree program. We worked in the past 4 years before COVID, right? We worked very closely with Baspa University, and these are some of our graduates. So what I like to do now is to share this video about my CEO has a, just a second, right? Okay, right. My CEO has this this words to share with you and to tell you what his dream is all about. So just give me a second.
We're not able to see the video.
Charlene, there's been a technical glitch, everybody. We're not able to see the video. Could you share your screen?
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Let me just
play it
do one
again.
more time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In Training Vision, we believe that learning changes everything. When Training Vision first started, it was from a seed of believing in the maximization of every person in their full potential. As we just turned from the 20th century into the 21st century, you have a 4-generation workforce. Are they really connected in learning, not just through virtual world, social media, but also in real face-to-face human relationships? Are they prepared even to be reskilled so that they have what it takes in order to stay relevant? Today we have about 75,000 students and counting. Right now we have about 5 centers spread across the island. As learning begins to permeate island-wide, we have to be able to site ourselves where the people are.
To be a teacher, right, or to be a trainer, we call ourselves as human soul engineer. A lot of our learners, they're actually elderly. So we find that we are there to help them. I find it's pretty meaningful. You look at their faces, that the smile on their face, it really brings affections that's beyond words that you can describe.
So in all the classes that I conduct, there is an underlying theme there. To believe in yourself, to stretch beyond your comfort zone, extend your boundaries, and be the best version that you can be. I try to build all of these very rich experiences that we share in class into creative learning sessions. Learning is very impactful because it's so hands-on, and so they remember it.
I chose this place, firstly, is because of the environment. The staff here are very nice, very courteous, and they are very dedicated to their job.
I find that the tutor trainers, they are very knowledgeable. They are able to connect real-life story to you and able to help you see in which area of your life you can apply it, but be in work in your personal life.
The classes that were presented, the way it's being conducted, it's good because the group is not very large. Just right size, about 10 odd.
The way forward for Training Vision is in a sense the way forward for education and learning. The world is getting disrupted by technology. We need to continue to anchor the horizontal skills of problem solving, critical thinking, relationship management, innovation, emotional intelligence. So this is the model of education I feel for the future, and Training Vision envisions itself in this particular area. To live is to learn, and if you stop learning, you stop living.
Right. So, right. So we're here now. In terms of what this program is for, right? What are the learning outcomes that we hope to achieve through this program here? We're looking at how we can upskill. You'll be learning general skills in adult education. We'll also be learning about training and facilitation methodologies and facilitating technology-enabled participative learning. Now, what we mean here is that the platform of training has changed tremendously in the past few years. And so we're looking at how we can use technology to enhance this learning. So we'll be looking at using different kinds of instructional design for blended or hybrid learning, as well as at the end of this whole session here, right, there will be a project presentation where you will be doing a mini presentation with using some new technology in your presentation for the assessment, and that will be the final certification process itself. So this is what we are hoping to achieve for every participant that comes in. This is your learning outcome. So as we are having this aim here, what I'd like you to think about here is that why did we come out with this? Right? Why did we come out with these pointers here of so much changes, so much facilitation of technology, so much changes in blended learning, hybrid learning, introduction of different forms of training? In order for us to understand this, we need to, number one, know what's happening in the world today. Right? What's happening in the world today? We have the COVID pandemic here. It came, at first people thought it'd stay for 1 year, then now the next prediction, perhaps 7 years, perhaps it's going to stay here forever. We don't know exactly when before it can be contained. So meanwhile, as COVID rages on, what's happening to the rest of us here, to the rest of living? We're looking at, are there changes that we have to endure? What kind of changes are we looking at here? Disruption. Disruption in your life. Have you felt, right, for those trainers out there or those who are embarking onto the training profession? Perhaps you were a learner before. Right? What do you think has changed in this training platform? Have you found it difficult, challenging to come into this platform? Or to find that, oh dear, now I cannot go into a physical classroom. I have to do everything online. And when I do that, can I continue to teach and train the same way that I used to do? For all of you out there on YouTube, on Facebook, ask yourself this question. Is there a need for change? If there's a need for change, put your hand up, right? Even if I can't see, put your hand up and say, me. Did you find that it was challenging the past 1.5 years? If you find that it's challenging, put your hand up and say, yes, it was challenging. It's important for us to recognize that when we face these challenges, what do we need to do next? Face the change, right? Reskilling, upskilling is everywhere. Throughout this pandemic, in the whole world, everywhere, learning and development has changed tremendously. People who are in the learning and development industry have to find new ways to connect with their learners. Do you have that challenge as well? If you say yes, tell yourself, do you want to do something about it? Do you think that there is a need for us to learn new skills? As my boss say, right? Learning never stops. So if we carry on here to do things our old way, what's going to happen? We're going to be left behind, because now digital learning is growing. It's growing exponentially. Due to the lockdowns, companies are sending their staff, go for some more training. You go for some more training whilst you're at home. Lifelong learning. Even if you can't get to your workplace, go to your learning space. There is so much in the learning space. And that actually opens up the door. It opens up to the door to a wider space of learning that is available. No more are you restricted to which school I can go to, which training organization is near to my place. Now the world is your learning platform. We are able to go out, expand globally, right? The technology inside education will nearly double in the next 5 years. Why? Because of this growth, because of this pandemic, because of the lockdown, we are growing. And so with this growth itself, what do we as trainers need to do? Do you feel that you'd like to find new ways to expand on your training, on your skills of training? For those of you in the workplace, do you find that you need to connect with your learners a little bit differently? Do we find that digital technology is in every part of our life? Those who've never touched a laptop before in the past, before COVID came, have to be forced to, okay, I got to go and figure out. I've got to figure out how to attend the class because my boss wants me to attend the class. So digital learning is in here for good, to stay. And so would you, as a present trainer, perhaps you've been training for 5 years or 10 years, would you like to try something different? You say, yes, I would like to try something different. Would you like to learn what's actually in the market now? Every few months, there's a new app coming up. Every few months, there's another new way to connect with our learners. No more are we just, okay, right, you come into the classroom and sit down and do your work and the trainer talk. No. There's activities that can be done. There's a wider range of activities. There's simulations, there's games that can be played. And this is what we are bringing forth to you, to share with you that as we expand in this training industry, we would like to share with all of you who would like to join us. Come in here, learn the new applications, learn how to apply these into your training space. Learn what are new things that is out in the market that perhaps you've not even heard about. New apps that actually enhances the learning, that allows the learner to produce even better answers. And new apps that allow people to work together, bounce ideas off, even though they are all over the world. They are in different parts of the world, they can still join together in a group activity and have brainstorming sessions. That's what it allows us. In fact, it actually, from what I've worked with my learners, it actually allows them even a much greater platform of breaking into up here, breaking into what's inside here, expanding their capabilities even more. That's what we're looking at here. Give yourself a chance to explore this, right? I'd like to share with you here this, right? But some of you may have heard of this quote before, right? It's not the most intellectual of the species that survives. Neither is it the strongest that survives, but the species that survives is the one that is best able to adapt, adjust to the changing environment. Yes, nobody likes change, right? Nobody likes it when the environment changes. But history has shown that the environment will carry on changing. Human beings have went through a lot. We've gone through changes in the war. We've gone through changes in SARS. In earlier days, changes in the Spanish flu. But we've adapted. We've learned how to adapt. And for you now, two choices. Would you like to learn to adapt? Give yourself that opportunity to adapt. Or the other choice is drop out of the race. What would you like to do? Tell me, right? Would you like to adapt and carry on with your passion? The fact that you chose this industry, you chose to want to be a trainer, an educator. I wonder, what is your reason for wanting to be a trainer? Can you take out your handphones and just click onto this? All right, this QR code. This is a little Padlet. And if you could write in, I'm going to give you 3 minutes, write in something into this Padlet here that could tell you a little bit, tell us a little bit about who you are. Why do you want to be a trainer? What is it that inspired you to be a trainer? What is your aspiration when you embark onto this journey to be a trainer? So just scan onto this QR code. It will bring you to a platform called a Padlet. This little Padlet will have little slips of notes, and you can actually color it pink, white, yellow. It's like little post-it pads, right? If you're in a physical classroom, I'll be giving out little colored post-it pad for you to write your thoughts, and we'll paste it out on a big board. Now on the digital space here, click on this and just explore what you can write inside there. Just 2 minutes. I'd like to hear your thoughts too. I'd like to see what's in your mind. We'll take a few minutes to give participants some time to write it inside there. And then we'll see what they actually write. It brings you.
Charlene, will we be able to see what people are writing on the Padlet?
Yep, I'm going to get into that now, right? Okay, yes, right. So, yes, we have got one note, right? And can you see it? Right, so on this Padlet here as well, when you write this, it's white. If you click onto this 3 dots here, you can actually color it, right? So you can color it any color you like, whether you want it yellow, or you want it blue, or you want it pink. And yeah, so you can color it whichever color that you like. And just share, right? What is it that makes you want to be a trainer? So we have someone who wrote that training is the highest service possible. I really enjoy pushing myself to the level best and to witness the fulfillment of human potential. Isn't that lovely? And we look at a teacher as a learner too. Yes, in every single session, I'm learning. I'm learning as much as all of you. We're looking at learning as part of our journey. So we're not just teaching, we're learning as well. I want to be a trainer to learn continuously, impart the best knowledge and skills, and enjoy training, sharing stories, and uplifting people. So carry on writing and sharing your stories. Even if after this session is over, we do welcome you to continue sharing your stories here as I move on to the next segment. So I'm just going to see what is some chat, right? Okay, I'm going to give you the QR code for those of you who would like to have the QR code. Yes, I could give you the QR code for that.
Can you put the QR code in the chat, Charlene, so that
Okay,
people
sure.
can scan it?
Yes, I will. Yes. So let me get the QR code. Okay, I'm going to put it to the...
Aditya has already shared it.
Yeah, okay.
The link.
Yes, the link to the Padlet. So you can...
Please do continue to share your notes. You can rearrange the notes on the Padlet, as Charlene has already said. It's got a beautiful picture there. You can color your notes so that it looks even prettier.
Yes. Right, so we can actually color if you like to color. So you can... So what you do is you press this 3 dots here and you can actually color it to different colors. And this becomes a collaborative tool as well, right? Of how we can actually share our different ideas with each other together, all right? So now let's move on from here and continue filling up, right? If you like to write later on, you can still continue to do so. Just let me get the slides up again, right? Okay, so as we move on here now, right? I wonder, when you wrote there of your motivation to train, to embark onto the training, I hope that we could really look into the training industry and understand why the need to train. Because the only constant thing in business today is change. How we can adapt to change. We're looking at, this is a reality of life. Reality of life is that we are facing change every day. Tell me, are you prepared for that change? Are you prepared to bring yourself to the next stage? If organizations want good people, what do they need to do? Do they just keep hiring new people and new people and new people? Or do we look at ways to upgrade ourselves, to enhance our skills, to equip ourselves with new skills? Because what that is being used and sounds logical in the older days, and maybe useful as well, can't be used in the future, right? We need to find new ways to address new issues. That is for the future. So the only way that we can do with new ways is to learn about it. Learn. So hence, training is inevitable for every single organization or every single individual. Look at what we can do if we are open to the idea of training, open to the idea of enhancing our own skills. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to make a change for yourself. Because this is not to benefit anyone else. This is for yourself, to take a change and embark on your own career, your own passion in life, your own vision of where you'd like to be, perhaps 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Where would you like to be? Are you heading there anywhere closer? Is whatever that you're doing today, now, bringing you closer to your vision? Because that's what we're looking at, that growth environment, right? Are we giving ourselves that growth environment? Because here we are at Training Vision. We've got a plate for you, a plate with an opportunity for growth. Signing up, coming on this platform here is where we open that opportunity that each one of us, recognizing that each and every one of us needs to be trained and retrained many times in our career, or we face being obsolete. I'm sure none of you want to reach the state of being obsolete. So the fact that you are on this platform, listening in today, that tells me something. That tells me that you would like to be in charge of your life. That tells me that you would like to look at what options do you have. Is there an opportunity to hone your skills? Definitely. Are you ready to allow yourselves to come in and have someone guide you, show you, give you an opportunity to explore new skills, new ways, new e-training platforms that allows you to live your passion? We're using e-training to live your passion, to bring your passion to a global network instead of just in your own country. That with e-training, it allows every trainer the opportunity to go global. Would you like to take that opportunity for yourself, to give yourself a chance to grow? What do you think? Are you ready? Right. We're looking at this transfer of training, right? In Training Vision, we believe very strongly transfer of training is effective through application. We don't want you to come in and here we're going to impart you with a lot of knowledge and knowledge and knowledge and knowledge and knowledge, and it's just going to fill up this whole head space. No. We're looking at, is there a possibility that whatever that's being imparted is going to be applicable, that you can use it, you can apply it, and you know you can start applying it the day after your training. As you're in class, you learn the skills of practice and practice and practice, such that by the time the training is over, you have done a lot of practices of exploring, and exploring with a guide at hand to be there in case you feel a little bit lost. What do I do here? Where do I go? How do I go? Right? E-learning is like that. E-learning is like that. We get lost and then we are there facing your laptop all by yourself in your home. And oh dear, who's there to guide me along? Who is there to guide me along? And that's where we are there. We are there to help you and guide you and show you that there is this new exciting platform that can allow us that change. So as I come towards the end here before I pass on to Indira, I'd like to share these two quotes here. For all you trainers out there, live your passion. And as you live your passion, I'd like you to think, ponder for a while. what would you like your legacy to be? As you impart your skills, your knowledge, your passion to every single one of the attendees who come into your classes, what is your legacy? Think of it as how you like to carve your name on their hearts, a legacy that's etched into the minds of others. The stories they tell you, they tell about you. What are they going to share about you of how you have touched their hearts? Because that's what training is all about. Tell me, right? Share with us on the same Padlet, share with us about the stories that you've gone through, stories about what your participants have told you about how you have impacted their lives, because that's when you have made a difference. And at this point here, I'd like to pass you on to my colleague, Indira, who will share a little bit into the administrative and logistics of this program. Okay, so Indira, off to you. Shall I just continue right there? This is here, yeah? Indira.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Charlene. That was Charlene Teo joining us live from Singapore, and that is almost 30 years of experience speaking, 13 and a half years of which she's worked for Singapore Airlines, and she has always exceeded expectation where it came to customer service excellence. So can I hear it from all of you for her? 3 cheers. Thank you so much, Charlene, for sparing the time to be with us. And thank you for this. I think I have benefited from this course myself. So I do not hesitate in promoting it. So as she has already spoken about this, the pandemic has changed our lives to such an extent that we are now housebound. We are not able to go to our offices, or we are not able to go to school or college, and we are not able to do any kind of classroom training. So that leaves us with the choice of some kind of blended learning, either part in the classroom and the rest of it online. And most companies have now, in the year 2020, it was about 0 to 5% of online education, and now it has increased from 5 to 20% of online education. So EduTech has definitely improved our lives, and at least we have something to do. Just think about the people who work with their hands are not able to go to their offices. We can train and we can teach online, and this course will definitely help you to enhance your skills. So, and today when I Googled the positions for learning and development people, we saw that there were so many different roles, training roles that are emerging in the face of these new technologies and work trends. And the basic salary that we saw was about rupees 4 lakhs per annum. And there were so many different wordings for just instead of plain trainer. We talked about I heard about learning facilitator, blended learning designer, learning technology designer, courseware developer, capacity architect, curriculum architect, human performance analyst, strategy and learning specialist, L&D curator, competence development specialist, learning and skills coordinator, learning partner, learning experience designer, strategic capabilities partner, L&D consultant. Doesn't that sound exciting? Definitely much better than just trainer or facilitator. It sounds exciting, and the hourly rates for most trainers are $25 US and $75 US, and in Indian rupees, it's 1,000 rupees per hour to 4,000 rupees per hour. if you are qualified and if you are a specialist trainer, definitely you can go almost up to 4,000 rupees per hour just training online. Thank you so much. Charlene, can I see the next slide, please?
Yes.
This program features a lot of, you get online how to keep your audience, glued to the screen, glued to the laptop or the smartphone from which they are attending the classes. So it is mainly, we are doing this international certification on e-facilitation skills for adult educators, because those are the ones who will now actually work on laptops and on smartphones to do courses. So this course is for aspiring trainers or intermediate trainers or adult educators, mainly from maybe lecturers from colleges or people who are already facilitating in companies or corporates. I would like to say that it is not for school teachers who teach children. This is definitely only for adult educators. And the program is going to be a weekend live online program starting at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in India, right up to 6 o'clock. And it is 30 hours of live instruction. And we are starting on 3rd July, 4th July. The course will be for 5 days, which will be 3rd, 4th, 9th, 10th, and 11th of July. We are just launching this course into India. And so you do have an early bird offer if you pay before the 24th of June. So you gain a foundational certificate in adult education. And if you are an early bird, you can pay 125 US dollars or 9,000 Indian rupees until 24th of June. If you miss that deadline, then you get 165 US dollars or 12,000 rupees until 29th of June. If you miss that deadline again, then 350 US dollars or 25,000 Indian rupees. So just in time, after which we may not take any registrations. So do apply right now, and you have your link there, that is bit.ly/TVI Educatalyst, and please do log on to that and apply for the course. You have trainers from Singapore who will take. Charlene is one of them. And I sure enjoyed my classes, so I'm sure you will too. So do apply as soon as possible before the 24th of June and apply and avail of your early bird offer. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for joining us live, either on YouTube, TVI, okay, it's TVI_Educatalyst. I stand corrected. Okay, so please do apply on the course. it is bit.ly/TVI_Educatalyst. Please do apply for that. And I'm so thankful to all of you for joining us live on this webinar. Thank you so much for sparing your time and being with us. And this is, if you have any questions for Charlene or me, you can definitely raise your hands, and we will be happy to answer those questions. Does anybody have any questions? If anybody has any questions, you can post them to us on the chat, and we will be happy to answer them for you. You can ask us any questions either on the fee or on the course material or the duration, timing, anything. Okay, thank you so much. I don't see any questions, so thank you so much for being with us. This is Indira Ramesh signing off for TVI India. Thank you, and thank you, Charlene.
Thank you, and do sign up, right? Remember, making that change right here, right now, okay?
Thank you
so much.
Bye-bye.